so good to be back here in South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks.
The iron Keyshawn swords in from the weak side, however, and flushes that done.
There it is.
Driven hard. The Gamecocks will take the series against their rival.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm your host, Eric Scott. This week's show features coverage of Carolina women's basketball at the Final Four in Cleveland. We'll also get into some Gamecock baseball as the latest episode of our series, The Follow, is out. We'll give you a peek into that, some coverage of Carolina women's tennis on their senior day, and also a look at what's going on with Gamecock softball. So let's get started. We begin as usual with our Prisma Health injury update, and the bad news on that front comes from Carolina's baseball team. Freshman right-hander Eddie Copper had to leave his latest start earlier this week on Wednesday against Georgia Southern with some arm pain. The long-term prognosis not known at the time of taping for this program, but we certainly wish Eddie the best in whatever the outcome is from that situation. That's your injury report, brought to you by Prisma Health, the official team physicians of the Gamecocks. Carolina women's basketball headed to a national championship showdown on Sunday. Of course, the Gamecocks making the Final Four for the fourth straight year. Anytime you make it this far, there is so much excitement, so much to take in, and our cameras are there to cover it all.
Our Gamecock sisters.
We have shared the court with some of you, and we've admired all of you from afar this season.
You have continued this program's legacy of excellence, and we love that you've done it in your own way.
We love how hard you play and cheer for each other.
And we're right there with you.
You're at the Final Four now.
And some of you know this already.
But this weekend,
It is different.
just keep playing free and for each other.
Keep enjoying these moments together.
Because now is your time to stand on business.
To finish the job,
To let the world know.
Nothing beats love.
Also, congratulations to Coach Dawn Staley, the second time she's won the Naismith National Coach of the Year Award. Another amazing year for Dawn Staley and her Gamecocks. We're back with more Gamecock Insider in just a moment from Learfield.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and by Liberty Tap Room. Liberty Tap Room is the home for the Columbia Craft Call-In Show with Gamecock men's and women's basketball. Meet us at Liberty at 6 p.m. on Thursdays during the season for Carolina Calls. Liberty Tap Room and Grill, Cocky's favorite place to eat in the Vista.
Hey Gamecock fans, I'm Coach Lamont Paris. The best teams are the ones that are always willing to do more. More in the weight room, more in the classroom, more for each other. And it's important for our team doctors to have the same mindset. With access to more locations, more specially trained experts, and more personalized care, Prisma Health is doing even more to care for our team and our fans. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
And it's another big night for the Gamecocks here in Colonial Life Arena.
Throughout my life, my friends and my family have supported me through the championships and the challenges. That's why it's so important for me to lift people up, to help them overcome the obstacles in their way. Colonial Life benefits keep you prepared for life's unexpected moments, empowering people to achieve goals they thought weren't possible. That's what really matters. Colonial Life, keep unexpecting.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience this baseball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will get a special invitation to a game, an autographed baseball and ball cap, 2 premium tickets, a trip to the radio booth, and more. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's Game Day Guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. As you get late in the season, it turns time for Senior Day. No matter what the sport, no matter what the venue, it is always a big time in college athletics. No different for women's tennis. For Carolina's squad, a battle with Mississippi State, looking to send off their 3 seniors with great memories of their last home performance. Let's take a look. A 7-0 domination for the ladies against Mississippi State. Boy, no better way to send out your seniors than to completely shut out the opposition. Congratulations to the women's tennis team. Let's turn our attention now to our Terminix Pest Player of the Week, and that is the freshman, Tessa Johnson. She was the leading scorer for Carolina. A bit of a surprise against Oregon State to get the Gamecocks out of the Elite Eight and back to the Final Four. So congratulations to Tessa, and thanks to our friends at Terminix. We've got more of Gamecock Insider in just a moment, so stay with us.
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry. You finished the book for book club, right?
Book club? Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. But the good physician of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. His father.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a wrap for that. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for just $329 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
What does farm to table mean to you? Fresher, tastier food? Sitting down with family and friends at local restaurants? Sure, but thanks to South Carolina farmers and chefs, you can enjoy farm to table anywhere. That's because when you buy certified SC, you're supporting South Carolina farmers and getting locally grown food that's perfect for whatever table. So choose local, choose fresh. It's a matter of taste.
I was perfectly happy where I was. I just coached one of the biggest games of my life. Then, just 3 days later, I was moving to South Carolina. That was unexpected. But that's how life works. Colonial Life's benefits keep you prepared for life's unexpected moments, empowering people to achieve their goals and keep moving forward. Colonial Life, keep unexpecting.
Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience this baseball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's Game Day guest. Winners will get a special invitation to a game, an autographed baseball and ball cap, 2 premium tickets, a trip to the radio booth, and more. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's Game Day Guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Good hard work has earned Ayanna Ackley the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the women's tennis team, Ayanna is a civil engineering major with a 3.54 grade point average. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
This in the air to left center field. It's back, it's way back, and it's not coming back. Here's a 2-2. Bryant gets it down into left field. Gonzalez sent. The throw won't get there. And South Carolina walks it off to win the midweek.
That's your Sansbury. Did you see that play? Carolina softball comes from behind first to tie it and then to walk it off against Winthrop earlier this week. Gamecock baseball on the other diamond has been the subject of our series. It's called The Follow on Gamecocks Plus. We did it last year. We're doing it again this year. And the most recent episode that just dropped covers a couple of Gamecocks who were away from the game last year and have made it back to impact the team's fortunes. Let's take a look at that latest episode.
Gamecocks are in their Friday best, the garnet pinstripes that have become synonymous with getting a series underway and getting a season underway, Stuart.
Yeah, you know, just sitting here, you see the crowd still pouring in since the 4 o'clock game, but just a lot of energy and just a great day.
So let's talk about this squad, why don't we? Not often you enter a season with not one but 2 preseason All-Americans in the lineup, but that is what Carolina has in Ethan Petrie and Cole Messina.
No doubt. You're excited to see them. We've been here all day watching their energy. When you get 2 veterans as well, SEC-proven guys to come in here with the talent that everyone in the country knows they had to be first-team All-Americans, just exciting to see them finally get to do these real games against somebody other than their teammates.
The pitching staff has its fair share of questions with the loss of so many quality arms and innings from last season's super regional team. Starting today, we see if there are answers to some of those questions.
From day one, I had a bat in my hands. I swung a golf club first. That was the first thing. Quickly transitioned to baseball. Started swinging from the wrong side to begin with. Dad always was like, "What are you doing?" Because he was a righty. Everybody in my family's a righty, but swung from the left side, stuck with it. Started playing t-ball from a young age. Quickly went to coach pitch. Always played up because most of my friends were a year or 2 older than me. So I played travel ball throughout the entire time, pretty much with the local group until I was about 15, 16. And then that's when things kind of started popping off with colleges and stuff, and I transitioned to some national teams and started playing, you know, tournaments like Jupiter and some bigger tournaments like that, and quickly transitioned to college baseball. So I went to North Carolina, and that first season started off pretty decent for me. I was playing with a torn labrum at the time, but quickly was cut short due to COVID. Couldn't really have surgery for a little while because a lot of doctor's offices, like hospitals, were closed because of COVID. Nobody knew what it was. Everybody was scared of it. Didn't really do much of baseball, and then I had the labrum surgery in May. So it was my first time away from the game. It's pretty eye-opening. First time in my life, like I said, I had been away from baseball. After that COVID year, I came back my sophomore year. Kind of had some more health issues, hamstring, shoulder a little bit. Just wasn't where I wanted to be. Played some my sophomore year, did a lot of pinch hitting, stuff like that. Didn't have a great year as a team. Then came back in my junior year, played a little bit of summer ball, felt really good all fall, kind of got back to being, you know, who I was as a baseball player. And went into the preseason and hurt my shoulder, and basically since then really haven't played baseball. So when I decided I was gonna take a year off, I was like, I mean, who's gonna come back and recruit me after, you know, a year off or whatever? That's kind of when I was like, I don't know what's gonna go on. And even that whole fall, like, I'd lifted a bunch of weights and gotten bigger, stronger, added some weight, like body felt like it was a good spot. I tried throwing again in December over Christmas break, and still the same issue just kept occurring. And I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. And parents were kind of like, let's go see some more doctors, like figure it out. And you know, if you can't figure it out, then hang them up and tried your best, and it's all you can do. It did make me want to work that much harder to get back. I like adversity at this point in my life. I didn't always at one point, but now I've learned that it definitely can make you a better player. That summer, I had just started hitting a little bit again. My agent had reached out to some pro teams that were very interested in me. You know, they drafted me in high school and stuff like that. So I worked out with a couple of pro scouts, and they had gotten some video of me just hitting BP in a cage. Probably my 3rd or 4th round of BP I'd taken in the past year. That video got out at some kind of showcase or something, got passed around some scouts, and next thing you know, I got a call or two from a couple different coaches. Coach Williams was one of them, but he was at Liberty at the time. And then he came down here, and shortly after I got a call from Monty if he wanted to work out and kind of see what I had to offer. So that's kind of how I ended up here. I just wanted to make it through the fall, first of all. I mean, the coaches gave me an opportunity here, and I hadn't touched a baseball in a while. I was just like, let's just make it through healthy, just see what we can do, just try to stay alive, and try to make it to the spring, try to make the team.
Now 2 on, still no outs here in the second inning. And stepping to the plate is Tyler Causey.
The first at bat didn't take long at all. Came up, I think it was like, I was on first or second or something like that. Got a first pitch breaker, a little bit down in the zone, just.
The third one wasn't accurate. First pitch swinging, Causey rips a line drive to center field. That's a base hit. Here comes Lee Croy home, and Gamecocks take a 2-1 lead. That didn't take long.
Oh, it looks so good.
I think if anything was even close to the zone, I was probably taking a hack at it for it being my first pitch, but thankfully it was good enough for something for me to handle.
Another 3-2 pitch coming plateward, and it is grounded to shortstop. Tippett throws, and you can put Spurs on this one. The Gamecocks on opening day pick up a win against the Miami Redhawks. The final score is 5-1, Carolina.
Growing up in New York, upstater, so it's a smaller town, not quite like the city. Not many kids go play at big schools or go on to play baseball as a career. So obviously when I got to high school and COVID became a thing, and then you kind of explore some other options and you kind of see what's going on, and COVID was obviously a big part of that. So being able to go on and explore and come down here to P27 was a cool experience, and that's what kind of introduced me to this place. And it really kind of like shows you what baseball is all about down south, and that's what kind of really intrigued me about this place, was just, like I said, the atmosphere and the fans here. It's just such a crazy experience and so much fun. Just being down here for high school and getting a taste of that was super cool, and it really sparked kind of the biggest interest in South Carolina.
Talk about your time at Notre Dame, and after you made the decision to go there, tell me what you learned being there for a year, and then why you kind of decided, okay, I'm going to look around and end up picking South Carolina.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the freshman year going to Omaha, it was a crazy experience, and it was something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. It was so awesome, and to be able to have that experience of going to Omaha and bringing that here, and that's what South Carolina aspires to be, and like that's the goal here, is to go to Omaha and win a national title. So.
Hey, Gamecock fans. I'm Coach Dawn Staley. The best teams are the ones that are always willing to do more. More in the weight room, more in the classroom, more for each other. And it's important for our team doctors to have the same mindset, with access to more locations, more specially trained experts, and more personalized care. Prisma Health is doing even more to care for our team and our fans. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine all the slopes you'll conquer.
Sick.
Imagine all the sights you'll see.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay, how about you imagine dropping me off?
Right now, get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. That's just 2.99% APR on the Toyota RAV4.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Gamecock fans, I'm here to ask you for your support of the Garnet Trust, the official NIL partner of Gamecock Athletics. NIL opportunities are an important part of the student-athlete experience at the University of South Carolina and across the country. Join us as we continue to compete at the highest level of college basketball. Visit garnettrust.com today to join the growing community of members ensuring our athletes are set for their future.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. As you may be able to tell behind me, some of the many trophies that have been won by the Gamecock women's basketball program since Don Staley took over as head coach. They will go for another title, the biggest of that version and variety, the national championship title this weekend. Raven Johnson has been leading the charge for the Gamecocks, and she has referred to it as a revenge tour this season. She sat down recently with Brad Muller to talk more about the tour and the season.
Your career here, let's go back a couple of years, didn't start maybe the way you wanted to. Your first year here, I think game 2, we're out in South Dakota, and you get the knee injury, and you're out for the year. Take us back. What's going through your head at that time, and how did you push through that year?
Well, that year was very tough for me. I wouldn't be here without my teammates, Coach Staley, the staff, our great staff, Craig, Molly. That year, I wanted to quit basketball. I remember crying in my room every day. My teammates didn't really know, nobody knew, but LA, I feel like LA was there for me a lot because she got me closer with God when I was going through that phase. And I think that getting closer with God helped me a lot with going through that phase. And not even that, I think I got bigger during that phase because I was so depressed, I was just doing things. And I also didn't travel, like go to an away game, so I was just here by myself. And I was like, I don't think basketball's for me. It was just times like I didn't want to play basketball, but my mom, my grandmother, my brother, they were there talking to me. Coach Staley, like my support system, they were there. So I want to thank them for sure. That was a rough time for me.
Did that help you as you look back now and see where you are in your career through the last 2 seasons or season and a half, or not even a half? Did that help you in your basketball career to learn how to go through tough times, persevere, things like that?
I would say that's probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. It made me mentally and physically tough overall, like just in a body aspect and a head aspect. I can get through adversity, get through hard things like that. That made me tough overall. So I think that was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
You come back from the injury last year and you're very productive, whether it was coming off the bench or starting a few games, but you didn't have to be, I don't want to say you didn't have to be Hollywood because you're always Hollywood, but you didn't have to be number one. Do you feel like there was less pressure on you, or did you put a lot of pressure on yourself last year?
Well, we had those freshies. I mean, that was the best recruiting class that came through here. Aaliyah Boston was a great leader. She was always there for me. There were games I'm not going to say games. I think all the games I was nervous because I was coming back off my injury, but Aaliyah Boston was in my ear like, you know who you are? You're Raven Johnson. Like, go out there, do you. And I feel like I gave a big spark to the team when I did get in the game.
Last year, a terrific year. Obviously, you guys win SEC championships. You get all the way to the Final Four. Obviously, where this program is that they aspire for more than Final Fours. What was that like for you guys, after when the season ended, and did that serve as motivation?
Well, last year it put fuel to the fire for me, so I know it put fuel to the fire to my teammates because that loss was a tough loss, and not even that. Like this viral video went viral of me getting waved off, and people really don't know how I felt behind the scenes of that video. Like I was crying. I went to coach and I was like why does that happen? Why does that have to happen to me? Mm-hmm. And I feel like things like that, like again, made me mentally tough, physically tough because I asked God like, was that meant for me? Like did it have to happen to me? And I feel like it happens to the best of us. So that definitely put fuel to the fire. And this is why this season is called revenge season for me. So I'm going to show everybody why. I am one of the top point guards in the country.
Well, so far so good with what you and the Gamecocks have done early in the season. Take us through the offseason. What did you want to work on this year since you felt like you were going to make a bigger impact with obviously everyone that graduated, and you're a year older now, so it's your turn to be one of the ones or more of that. Take us through, I guess, what your goals, what you wanted to work on going into this season.
Definitely shooting. Like I said, from last year, shooting, getting our shooting percentage up so that people can respect our guards and it can open up the paint for the post players. So shooting and then working on like driving to the basket, just being more aggressive with my game, looking to score more so it can open up others. And then I already have my passing ability, so add that together, I think that's lethal.
Because of all the starters that graduated last year, but you've been in the program for several years, kind of a new team this year because, again, totally different starting lineup. Did you feel pressure to take on a leadership role this year?
I'm not going to say I felt pressured, but if you would have seen us in June, this team in June, I didn't think this team was going to be how we are now. I think we came a long way. Those days where we ran from baseline to baseline, for every little thing in practice, I think it pays off. But if you would have seen this team in June, you wouldn't think this team would be how we are today. But I love this team. We're like a young, fierce, feisty team that wants to win. We're like a sponge. We all learn. We all help each other. We hold each other accountable, and we're just gonna continue to grow.
Let me educate you real quick. The lottery is not about getting rich. No, the lottery is about helping people, and it always has been. It was the lottery that helped raise the Great Wall of China. Lotteries maintain the roads of ancient Rome and helped to usher in Western civilization as we know it. The lottery forged a foundation in this country and then helped fund a revolution against tyranny that built on that foundation. And today, in South Carolina, the revolution continues. But we're not building walls or roads or bridges. We're investing in you. Every year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars to help build an educated, well-equipped, and prepared people. And if you want to get in on the action, there's no better partner. After all, education is our middle name.
For over 40 years, Sound & Images has been South Carolina's corporate multimedia partner for live events. Sound & Images is also your resource for commercial audiovisual installations. Help your teams collaborate more efficiently with a custom-crafted AV solution from Sound & Images. Whether you want a single monitor upgrade or a turnkey AV system, we are dedicated to helping you incorporate easy-to-use technology into your space. And we offer the best-in-class support and service. Elevate your AV. Call Sound & Images today.
At Carolina, we know what it looks like to be the best. We've been there. We've got it at our ballpark, in the stands, and in the dugout with Prisma Health. Prisma Health helps keep our players at their best, and they're providing the same expert care to our fans across the state. With more locations, the best clinical technology, and a team of experts I trust, there's no one I'd rather have take care of our team and our state. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and by Liberty Tap Room. Liberty Tap Room is the home for the Columbia Craft Call-In Show with Gamecock men's and women's basketball. Meet us at Liberty at 6 p.m. on Thursdays during the season for Carolina calls. Liberty Tap Room and Grill, Cocky's favorite place to eat in the Vista.
We're back to wrap things up on this week's edition of Gamecock Insider. It's time for our On the Road segment, which is brought to you by our friends at Toyota. We're going to focus on Carolina baseball. 2 road trips this week, starting off on Tuesday as we head to Charlotte. We'll take on the University of North Carolina in Truist Park, the fabulous minor league ballpark that is in the center of downtown Charlotte. That's always a great trip. Then on the weekend, we're headed to Gainesville. The national runners-up, the Florida Gators, the team that knocked South Carolina out in the Super Regional round last year, will host Carolina for 3 games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. That wraps things up for us here on this week's edition of Gamecock Insider. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Derek Scott. We'll see you next week.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.